Hi guys. Let me get used to this. Hold up. Yeah, like she said, my name is Naser. Um, I'm a b-boy for the past eight. Check, check. Yeah. Well, I've been b-boying since 2008. I don't know how many years that is right now, but originally I'm from Jordan. That's in the Middle East. I was born there. My mom's Indian. Check. My mom's Indian, so I moved back here during the war and stuff in 1990, and yeah, I've been here ever since. Okay, um, so I'm here today to talk about how b-boying has changed my life, a lot of other lives in my crew and in my family and my friends and everyone around me. Um, First of all, I'm going to talk about how I started off and what inspired me and what drove me to go this far. And then I'm going to teach y'all a little bit about the hip hop culture and how it affects lives all over the world. And yeah, then we'll take it from there. Maybe, you know, jam a little bit. I don't know. Teach y'all a few moves or something if y'all are interested to learn. I'll to take home something apart from just my words. Right. So, like I was saying, as a kid, I never really danced ever. I was the worst. Okay, like I couldn't even like move. I couldn't move at all, which was really weird because now my family's like, look at this guy, he's dancing now. Like I was, like I remember at parties, like Christmas parties or New Year parties and stuff with the family. My dad would have to come up to me and like, if you dance, I'll give you $500 right now. And I'm just like sitting there for like an hour thinking about it. Do I need that $500? Should I dance? And I just couldn't dance. I was the worst. I was really stiff. I used to play a lot of video games, so I wasn't into sports. I wasn't athletic at all, which which wasn't so good for me right now because I'm not flexible at all. People might think that, oh, the dance that you do, you're really flexible. You have no, I can't touch my toes. It's like really hard for me. So that's anyways, moving on. In 2000, it's a really funny story, but I'm gonna tell you all the truth. I'm not gonna like lie to y'all and stuff. It's so I met this girl in school, and I've been dating her for like 8 years now. And in 2007, towards the end, there was she invited me to a club, and I was just the right age to go clubbing at that time. And my first time, I'm like, okay, we're gonna go clubbing. So I go there, and she's like, come dance with me, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna dance with you. And she's like, no, come dance with me. I'm like, no. So after like a lot of please, 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 I'm like, okay, cool, I'll come dance with you. And I just get onto the floor, and she's in front of me, and I'm just like, and she's like, I'm like, yo, what do I do? This was like the only thing I knew. I was like, oh, snap, snap, snap. And then 15 minutes down the line, she turns around and she was like, wow, you really suck at dancing. And I was like, it actually hit me really hard. And I was like, oh shit, okay, I need to do something about this. Um, as a kid, also, I wasn't into hip hop at all. I was more into like Backstreet Boys. And, everyone was into all that stuff back then. But my elder sister, she was into hip hop. She was a proper hip hop head, like only hip hop music. So I used to hear a little bit from there. So the music part came from my sister. The dance part was a motivation from my girlfriend because she was like, you suck at dancing. So I go home, like, okay, I'll show you YouTube. I don't think YouTube was even there. I don't know. Some website which had videos. And then I would stay in front of the computer every day for like a month, just learning how to like just do a little bit of dance. And I would watch myself in the mirror and just go like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do next time I go clubbing. Yeah, this is fine. This is okay, you know. So it started off like that, and then I started going into competitions and like here and there, just like, let's see what happens. I end up winning. I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. Let's see what happens. I end up winning. I'm like, okay. So it just kept going. I got more into the dance form. Um, in the beginning, it was just like, oh, I'm dancing, showing off. Everyone's like, oh, look at him. Like, all the attention's on me and stuff. But then later on, I found out, like, the true meaning and, the roots. I went back to the roots. I found out all the information, the history about the dance, and it's really deep and it means something. So that's when I found the love for it. And ever since I found the love for it, like, I've been doing it every single day of my life. Like, if I go 2-3 days without dancing, I go crazy. I'm like, oh, I just need like some small space to just dance, all by myself. So that's how I started dancing. My crew, we started in 2008. Um, there was a club called Taika. We went for a battle and we ended up winning. The MC for the event just like, what's your crew name? And we're like, we don't have a name. It's like, no, you have to come up with something. And my friend Likith, he was like, what about like Naser and crew or Likith and crew? He was like, no, that's whack. It sucks. So he's like, I'll give you something. And then he came up with Black Eyes. And since we won that competition, we were just like, Black Eyes Crew. We can just keep that. So we kept the name from there, kept going, grew to the next level. So that's the story of how I started dancing and how it changed my life in a big way. Because now, like, b-boying has taken me places like, that I never imagined. Like, I've been to Germany, like, on a sponsored trip to go represent India. I've been to Jordan to represent India. I've been all over India, like, trying to go for competitions and stuff, which is good. And like, I've watched it grow. So it's really, really something spectacular to see. So going back to hip hop, it started in the early 70s, the late 60s. So it's fairly new. It's not that old. In India, I would say it started about like probably 10 years ago, probably 10 to 12 years. So hip hop, how it started was back in the Bronx, in South Bronx, in New York City. There used to be a lot of hate wars, a lot of crimes, a lot of gangsters and thugs, and everyone with guns. Everyone in the hood, like, the Bronx is just the hood, right? So everyone's like carrying around guns, selling drugs, doing drugs, everything negative. All right. So a bunch of artists, they came together to create something positive, because every kid that was growing up in that city and all around the world were getting into drugs. All the poor neighborhoods, everyone was getting into drugs. Everyone was getting into gangs. Getting guns, starting wars. Uh, People dying every day, kids dying. So they needed to start something really positive. So that's when they started hip hop. There's a guy called Afrika Bambaataa and the Zulu Nation. You can look him up. This guy, he came up with like the term hip hop. So he's the godfather of hip hop. Alright. So they used to have something called block parties, where in the block everyone comes together and they have a big party, and there would be the main elements of hip hop, which is b-boying, which is what I do, DJing, you know what DJing is, MCing is rapping, and graffiti. Graffiti is spray painting, a lot of art and stuff. So when all that came together, the media used to get involved and like, hey, that's pretty cool, what is that and stuff. So then there was once when news reporter asked Afrika Bambaataa, like, what is all this? And he's like, that's b-boying, and that's graffiti, and that's this and that's that. She's like, no, what do you call everything together? And that's when he came up with the name hip hop. He was like, this is hip hop. And that's when the name just grew from there, and everyone started getting into hip hop. A lot of kids used it as a positive way to get out of doing bad stuff. So it's a very positive dance. Hip hop came from salsa. Hip hop came from jazz. Hip hop came from soul. Hip hop came from R&B. Hip hop came from kung fu. Hip hop came from capoeira. So hip hop is like everything that surrounded those areas. All the minorities in the South Bronx kind of came together, and everyone had a little something. Latinos gave the salsa flavor, you know. There was a few Brazilians who gave the capoeira. So it was a mixture of everything. Um, that ways people might say, oh, b-boying is just like a copy of all these things together and stuff. You could say that, but there's one thing that the one thing in b-boying that remains its DNA. There's one thing that they never took from anyone is the footwork. There's something called the footwork. The footwork is something created strictly from the b-boys by the b-boys, and it's only b-boying. Like you won't find it in any other dance form, and it's very intricate. The best part about b-boying is you can create. Everything you do is b-boying. Like your personality and what you put out there is what your dance is. It's not like I'm gonna go onto YouTube and say, okay, I'm gonna look up this b-boy. Okay, I'm gonna copy everything he does. It's not like that. No, I'm gonna learn how to b-boy, and then after that, I'm gonna put in my own personality. I'm gonna put in my own creativity, and try to learn more moves that people haven't done before. And that's what's gonna give me the respect and the recognition. Not just, oh, YouTube, yeah, Jabberwockies, that's good, yeah, copy. No, that works a lot around here, especially in the Bollywood scene and the what do you call it? The reality shows. All the reality shows, like every time my mom's watching, like, hey, come see this guy dancing, and I'm like, okay, I go and look, and it's just a copy of something that I saw on YouTube. The exact same thing. Everything is a copy, and then the judges will have tears in their eyes, like, it's the best dance we've ever seen in my life. It just went straight to my heart, and I'm like, no, that came straight from YouTube. That you can't say that. So knowledge is the biggest part of hip hop. If you don't have knowledge of your surroundings, knowledge of your history, knowledge of what's to come, then you're not going in the right direction. So so basically, based on the theme that we were going for today, which was robots, so I kind of thought of it in a way that we are all robots in a way, because we are all forced to do what society tells us to do. Okay, um, all over the world, but like I haven't experienced all over the world. I've experienced India, and India, the culture is very strict that way. Your mothers and fathers only want you to be a doctor, an engineer. They want you to go in one direction, and they don't want you to go anywhere else. And it's same for me. My mom's Indian, so I've gone through that like crazy. Like, what are you doing? Dancing. What is that going to give you? How are you going to like have kids? What are you going to feed your kids? I'm just like, I'm not going to be a doctor. No, I'm not going to be an engineer. I mean, for the people who find the love of helping other people, being a doctor or being an engineer, some people actually love that. That's good. But for the other people who are forced into it, that's the robot, you know. And I would say probably more than 60% of the people all around the world are forced into everything they do. The corporate sector, everything, like the work, the studies, the education. Education is important, yes, but we don't get to choose what we want to learn, right? Our parents do that for us. The society does that for us, because we'd be like, no, I want to get into something with arts, and they'd be like, no, that's for girls. Be like, how is that for girls? Like, I want to do that. No, you have to do business. Business is for boys. Science is for boys. Science is for real men. And I'm just like, no, not really. You know. So that's what society does to us. That's what the media tells us to do, because at the end of the day, we're all just sheep trying to work for the people to give them more money. The big businesses and stuff. The Illuminati. don't want to get into all that. But yeah, so basically, what I want to tell you guys to do is, like, everyone has something that they love. Everyone has something that they love doing. Like, it doesn't matter what it could be, like gilly danda, whatever. I don't know. Everyone has something, okay? And if you don't have that something, you probably don't know it, but you already do have that something, or you probably stumble upon it, probably in the future, maybe tomorrow or whatever. But whatever you find, whatever you love, don't don't let that go, because that's what's going to keep you happy. Like, in the long run, it's going to keep you happy for the rest of your life. Like, I can quit b-boying right now, get a job, get married, have kids, do the same with my son, with my daughters. I'm not going to be happy. The only thing that's going to be make me happy is my family, yeah, for sure. But will I be happy about what I did, the decisions that I made? I'm just going to be like, wow, maybe I could have made it with dance. Maybe I could have been somewhere. Maybe I could have done something. Maybe I could have changed other people's lives. But no, if I quit, it's over. It's all done. So I'm not saying that you should go only in that direction. Everything has balance, right? So right now I try to make my family happy, and I try to make myself happy, because I can't say no, screw my mom. I'm not doing science. I'm not doing that. No, I have to study, right? Everyone has to study. We have to balance it out. So um, so I finished my education. I did business. I did my UVM. I did a diploma in human resource management, which apparently is for girls. And um, apart from that, I always stood by dancing. Always. I just kept dancing the whole time. Uh, yeah, I had a few back subjects because of that. Because like every time my exams would be on, there'd be like a competition in Mumbai. I'll be like, what do I choose? Then I'll be like, if I don't do these exams, can I do it like in next semester? Yeah, I can. All right, I'm going. You know, it's like that. I finished my exams anyways. Everything's done, and I'm still doing what I love. You know, so it's good to balance it out. If you find something you love, don't let people tell you that it's not going to take you anywhere, because it is. The amount of time that you put into anything will help you. It will give back to you. What you give to anything in the world, what you give your 100%, you will get back. Everything gives back. That's how the world works. You might not believe it, but it's true. It works that way. Like, I've given my all to hip hop, and I've gotten back so much that it was unbelievable. I'd be like, where did this come from? Where did this come from? Like, I've given so much to hip hop, and I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. I'm just doing my thing. I love it. And then I get a call. Oh yeah, would you like to go to Germany? What? How? Why? You want to pay for me to go to Germany for what? You know? So it's like, it's weird, but it comes back. Everything comes back to you. You know? Whatever you do, it always comes back to you. So you always remember to just follow your dreams, and don't let anyone tell you what to do and what not to do. Listen, yeah, of course, respect your elders, respect your parents and everything. But what you love and what comes from here, no one can take that away from you. And you shouldn't let anyone take that away from you. Because if you do, then you're just going to be a robot. You're just going to be like, okay, go to work, come back, sleep, eat. You know, the same thing every day becomes really monotonous. Next thing you know, you're like a big pond sitting at home, watching TV, screaming at your wife to make chapatis. So, you know, it's like your typical life, your typical family. And I'm sure no one thinks that, probably. I hope so. Someone's like, me, I want that. Yeah, so that's basically what I wanted to like send a message to all of y'all, to like, so you can probably uh, pursue what you guys love and what you guys want to do, because that's what life is. I mean, yeah, of course, money is always important because you need to survive and stuff like that. But this is equally important. Happiness is the goal of life, not money. Happiness is everything. If you're not happy, then what's the point? What's the point of doing anything if you're not happy? There's no point, right? So basically, just like I said, do what you love, and what you love will give back a lot to you as well. Um, Going back to b-boying, I'm gonna teach you a little bit of like what it is in depth. Um, First off, like I said, we have like all the other styles and all the other forms of different things that have come together to make hip hop, to make the b-boying sector of hip hop. And the first one is the top rock. Top rock is what you see a b-boy. He starts off with like in a battle. He would walk around. He'd be like, "Okay, I'm coming for you," you know. And then he top rocks. This is top rock. You know, everything that the dance form on top like this is top rock. Okay. And then you have the footwork, which I said is the DNA of the dance. So the footwork is, I don't know if I can show you, but the footwork is like stuff that you do on the floor. So you're just like that, you know, like stuff like that. Whatever you do on the floor is footwork. And then there's the freezes, of course. I think like 90% of y'all will know what the baby freeze is, because like everyone's done it probably. So there's the freezes, which is like freeze, you know, like you do it at the end of your round to show that like, you know, you can pause and stuff. And then there's the power moves. The power moves are the flashy stuff. The power moves are what everyone loves, what everyone wants to watch. The head spins, and the back spins, and the butt spins, and shoulder spins, forearm spins, everything spinning. So that's the power moves. And that's basically the basics of b-boying. And there's a lot more that has been created throughout the years. There are a lot more elements that have come, and it's like crazy because you're like, wow, there's so much that I can never say that I'm a master. I can never say that. Everyone, even the top guy in b-boying, is still a student because it's always learning, learning, learning. There's so much to learn, which is why I love b-boying so much, because there's like, it's never ending, you know. It's an infinite book where you just keep turning the pages and you're like, whoa, whoa, shit, new moves, wow, new, you know, and you create stuff, and it's crazy. So um, maybe you guys should try it out once, twice, you know, go up to YouTube, type how to b-boy. You know, that's a basic thing, and then you can like try some stuff. Maybe some of y'all will find the love of hip hop. Also, there's DJing. Uh, like this crazy guy, DJ Prashant, the guy who Hemant owns this place, and he's crazy. Dude. That guy has been doing like hip hop. He's been supporting the hip hop culture in Bangalore for so long. In India, actually, he's been like traveling and stuff. But yeah, DJs, MCs, there's rappers. There are a couple of rappers who hang with him as well. Big Deal and like all these guys. Like those guys hold it down. You know, in Bangalore, the hip hop scene like is getting molded into something really great. Because if you look at Mumbai, everyone thinks that okay, Mumbai is like, you know, Bollywood, like it's the good scene. Yes, there are a lot of b-boys, like so many b-boys in Mumbai, but it's not like the Bangalore scene. You know, the Mumbai b-boys is like the Mumbai weather. Honestly, it's like hot and sticky, and they're always fighting and stuff. Like, hey, get here, who are you? Come battle me, come, come, come. The Bangalore scene is like the Bangalore weather. It's chill. Everyone's like, hey man, what's up? Like, I'm gonna be your b-boy. Yeah, let's go hang out, dude. It's That's what I love. That's what hip hop is about. Hip hop is about peace, unity, and love, and having fun. That's what hip hop is. What you think hip hop is not hip hop. Hip hop is not twerking. Hip hop is not Lil Wayne, Young Weezy baby, you know, drinking, smoking. That's not hip hop. They say it's hip hop, like, oh, I'm so cool, hip hop. Anyone? No, it's not hip hop. Hip hop was not brought out from that. Hip hop was brought out from a community of people trying to make change. But what you see on TV is what you all know what hip hop is. That's what everyone thinks what hip hop is. And if I didn't get to hip hop, I would be thinking the same thing. OVH1, yes. Hop. No, it's not hip hop. None of that is hip hop. Everything you see on TV is not hip hop. You know, there's this scene that goes around that is not as big as it should be all over the world. There are b-boys. Name any place in the world, smallest place in the world, there are b-boys there. There are b-boys everywhere. There are b-boys in Gaza. There was a video I saw on YouTube. There are b-boys in Gaza. There's rubble everywhere from the airstrikes, and there's like destruction everywhere. And these guys come out, put a mat, and they start dancing right in the middle of all that. So there are b-boys everywhere, all around the world, and there are a lot of rappers that rap about things that actually matter, and not, big booties and cars and money and drugs. That's what everyone raps about nowadays. It's like every song on TV is about sex and drugs, and that's not hip hop. If you look at the old songs, if you look at the songs of the 90s and 80s and all those hip hop songs, they used to rap about ice cream. Grown ass men, like, I'ma go get some ice cream. And people used to be like, yes, ice cream. Now it's just like, I'ma go get that hoe. I'ma get that girl, put her in my car, take her home. And we are like, I'ma do the same. We try to copy it, like, wear our caps and stuff. I'm not wearing a cap because I want to be cool. I'm wearing a cap because I have horrible hair. But most people will be like, oh, put that cap sideways, walk in the club with like 100 chains. Hip hop. So that's basically, I really wanted to shed light on that factor, because a lot of people just be like, oh, hip hop, cool, yeah, drugs, rock and roll. Like, it's not. It's really not. The media screws up everything. The media is the root cause of everything in the world that happens that's bad. That's the media. Illuminati. Just kidding. But yeah. Okay, so now we should probably like put some music on, get into the groove, do what I did like so many years ago when I got that insult from my girlfriend. Groove, yeah. So we'll try to put on some music, and we try to just get into it, let ourselves go, just have fun, and yeah, and we can take it from there. Alright, so yeah, I think that's the end of me talking, because I think you guys are like gonna fall asleep and say, shut up already, shut up. But yeah, we're gonna do a little top rock, maybe take it a little slower from there, go into maybe footwork. By the end of this, we can do a freeze, and then you guys can go home. Alright? Cool. Alright, thank you. You can get up now and we can start like doing a little something.